Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. And I was just thinking back to all the iconic stores that were on Prospect Park West when I was growing up. And one of them that came to mind was Ray's and Otto's, or Otto's and Ray's as we used to call it, which was a candy store. And going to Holy Name of Jesus Catholic School, there were so many kids in the school back in those days, they used to let us all in, maybe like 10 or 15 at a time. I guess some of the kids used to steal, go figure, right? But I just wanted to talk in this video, hope you enjoyed, about Otto and Ray. And in fact, you probably don't know, which is the Southampton Diet was designed and created by Stuart Berger, whose parents owned Otto and Ray's, or Ray's and Otto's. And he used to work in that store. I remember him when I was a kid. And so just stick around. Hope you enjoy the video. The store is a wonderful part of everybody's childhood, and I'll put a picture of it up right now. We had a store on 236 Prospect Park West. It was the Hallmark store for 25 years, but we opened up our store back in 1988, kind of at the tail end of when Otto and Ray had their tenure. And their son, who used to work in there, Otto, Otto was the father, and Ray was the mom. And Otto was a very big man. The father was a very big man. So his son, I guess, took after him. And Dr. Berger, when he was in the store, he was a very big guy. He had to be maybe 350, 400 pounds. And he got to be that big. But he did become a doctor. And he ended up slimming down to 210 pounds because of this Southampton diet that he developed in Park Slope. He actually wrote a lot of other books, too. I was looking on Amazon, and they actually still have the Southampton Diet on there, and I'll show you a picture of what that book was. And the photo on there shows Dr. Berger when he was slim, when he was like 210 pounds. And I guess the diet worked for him for a long period of time, and it's still out there, so I guess it still can work. In short, I'll put some pictures up here now of what the diet basically is, but it's based on psychology in a sense, where you eat a low-calorie diet. And I could tell you for myself too, I know psychology does bear into it, because if I go to a movie theater, I don't know if it's like training from, advertising or whatever, but right away I go to a movie theater, I want to buy popcorn, I want to buy a Coca-Cola. And this is what the diet talks about, just concentrating on low-calorie food and identifying that psychologically, maybe you're not hungry, maybe it's just a habit that you want to eat. And that's what the diet focused on. And it's actually still viable today. You can go online and you can go to clinics on it, but it's pretty fascinating that was developed right there in Park Slope. And, a lot of people forget about that. So sadly, I don't know what happened. I'll put a picture up of Dr. Berger now, as he was probably a little heavier. But I don't know what happened, but if you look up, you read up on it, he ended up passing away in 1994. And I guess the autopsy showed, well, he had gotten very heavy again. He was in the high 300 pounds again, maybe 380 again. And apparently there was traces of cocaine in his autopsy. So I don't know what really happened to him. I mean, I didn't really know him, in terms of, even though I lived only a couple blocks away and I went there a lot as a kid. Generally, the family, the Bergers, we, they were a nice family. I mean, but they were very businesslike, and I think, like I said, they were worried about a lot of kids would go in and try to steal. They weren't very chatty, as opposed to like my store. Everyone out there who knows, whoever came into the Hallmark store, we used to do cat adoptions in there, and from having a video channel, how chatty I probably was and am. But between my mom and my sister and myself, someone always had somebody to chat about. And but the Bergers really weren't like that. It was more businesslike. But we did have a commonality. My dad, who was a watchmaker for 75 years, he had a friend who was an attorney, and he was a tax attorney. So that tax attorney also, he did our taxes for the store, and he also did the taxes for the Bergers. So it was kind of like a mutual thing. And we would go in there sometimes, and we would just say, oh yeah, how's Bob doing? Oh, did you talk to Bob? How's the taxes going for the quarter, or something like that. And, obviously no one got into the seriousness of how much they were paying or what was going on, but it was just kind of like a commonality, I guess. But I just, again, was thinking about all these stores, these iconic stores on Prospect Park West, and Ray and Otto's just really jumped out at me. I mean, there's other ones that I'm going to do, and I wish there was some kind of footage or video, because it was a great store. You could go in there and you could buy baseball cards. You could buy candy. They had cards in there. They had all kinds of newspapers, back when newspapers were really newspapers, and you can get every newspaper in there, and out-of-town ones they had sometimes too. They had racks full of magazines. They had the soda fountain, which was great. And they had toys in the back. It was just the kind of store you can go in there, and they had that iconic Matchbox car thing in the window and inside the store where you could just buy the Matchbox cars, and there was, like, say the fire engine was number 12, and they'd go in the little drawer and they'd take out number 12. It was just really a nice place. And of course, potato chips and soda and candy and devil dogs, and back to an era where we didn't really worry so much about what we were eating, and maybe we didn't have to because we were all young, and it was just a very, very good time. So do you guys remember Ray and Otto's? And if you do, what are your happy memories about Ray and Otto's? Did you go to Holy Name? Did you just happen to pass by over there? I'd love to hear your comments, folks, on that, because it's just a really big part of our childhood. So give me your comments, let me know, and if you enjoy the video, please subscribe and let me know. I'd really appreciate it. And drop me a line. I'm currently here in Florida, so of course the grass is always greener, as they say, right? But I miss those great times back in Park Slope, all my friends in Holy Name and Bishop Ford, and all the days of going into Otto and Ray's, or Ray's and Otto's. That was always a thing. Is it Ray's and Otto's or Otto's and Ray's? I don't know, but it was a great place. So hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next video. This is Al signing off from Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.